Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ngani Titan. We're here on the Overlord standard battle on Overlord. It's a tier 8 battle, and I'm in the tier 8 Motherland, the Soviet tier 8 premium tank. And well, it's one of the stronger tanks, I suppose, on our team. This battle is one that there's an old kind of adage that goes around my locality that used to refer to saying was that a good run was better than a bad stand, which is another way of putting that it's better to run away than live to fight another day. The question usually in World of Tanks is timing when you run away. If you run away too early, you don't achieve much sometimes. Sometimes you just, but if you run away on time and get away with it, you really will profit from it. So I come up here, spot a few tanks, and at the moment things are kind of normal enough in terms of deployment. We do have an awful lot of tanks clustered there around K4, and there's not many tanks behind me. But the ones behind me are shooting at enemy tanks that I spot, which is very good because it means I don't have to try and shoot at them. I don't have to expose my tank or take any unnecessary risks. Though I'd probably be better off not doing it anyway. There are just too many enemy tanks around, and you would be shot at by multiple tanks because I'd be the only visible target. I'm already becoming seriously concerned by the situation in front of me there on the 9 and 0 lines, because there's quite a lot of tanks over there, and I'm really the only one over here in this corner, and if they rush around the corner, I'm basically dead. So I start backing off. I come up alright just to see if I can get a shot at somebody, manage one on the T-21, take the risk of using the rock here to see if I can get round, and do it again. I get a shot into the T-29, but I take a hit, and I get multiple return fires for doing it, so it was probably a risk too much. I take a shot there at the Scorpion G. Now, on the move, not a great chance of hitting it. It was probably just as well that I didn't, because I really didn't have any cover there if the Scorpion Gs turned their attention towards me. I'm in a better position to do it here, because I more or less hold down. That Scorpion G isn't seen to be aware that it is me that's shooting at him, or at least he doesn't turn his gun in my direction, and this guy backs off as soon as he gets shot in the flank. Now I'm here on my own, and the situation hasn't really improved. In fact, if anything's gotten worse, because I have fewer tanks behind me, and one of the ones that's behind me is leaving. So the situation around the cap circle is becoming rather bare, and I probably hang around in this corner a little longer than I should have, or a little longer than was prudent. But I thought that I might be able to entice the Bulldog to come out and give me a shot. If I could have tracked them on top of the ridge line, we could have gotten rid of them. However, the tank in the cap circle is gone, and these guys come charging around the corner, and it really is imperative now that I get out of here. Fortunately for me, they don't follow me around the corner. If the T-21 had accompanied the Bulldog around the corner, I probably would have been in very serious trouble here. Now, I decided to leave, not so much to chase the Bulldog. I just decided at this point it was time to get out of here. I did take a shot in the rear of the tank as I was leaving, but that tank up there seems to be paying me any attention, which is really fortunate because I was very exposed to him for quite a while there. But I managed to make it to this corner. I wanted to retreat back towards my ally to the north of me, and there are two tanks, allied tanks to the north. So this is as far as I decided to go, because now we're being capped, and this is kind of the only position where I have any chance of resetting the cap from. I can't go down to the cap circle. There's just too many tanks down there. I need to thin the herd down there before I can actually go down. And the priority would be getting rid of these Scorpion Gs. I am getting a lot of assistance from our tanks down in the gully towards the beach. The heavy tank, the tank destroyer, and the light tank down there are obviously contributing as well, because these guys are all taking damage. The Challenger decides to leave its position and actually head across the open field. I don't really know why. I personally think he would have done better staying where he was, or moved around the back of the cap circle to the positions there behind the cap circle if he wanted to assist against the guys down on the beach. However, now that he's down there, he's blocking me from advancing down towards the cap circle as well. So, but he's also under fire potentially from both me and the guys behind him on the beach. This guy just drives past me completely oblivious to my existence, which is really fortunate, because I get to put in the early rounds and I get to bounce most of his return shots, because his initial one was hurried, and then I managed to keep my armor between him and me. So now I can have the opportunity there to fire at the bulldog. I just blind fire into his last known position, but that missed. However, he gets behind the building, and it is imperative that I get a hit in soon. I switched to high explosives because at this point I can't afford to have a round bouncing off the gun mantlet of the T-25-2, and he's the only target I can see, so I got that one off the roof and get the reset. And then I push forward anyway because I can. I'm in the clear for the moment, and I can push to a more advanced position, shorten the range. I'll wait for if I can spot somebody, or if somebody turns up. The enemy are capturing the base again. The T-21 decides to head for the base, but then changes his mind. I probably got into his Sixth Sense range. The bulldog makes life easier for me by actually coming out from the hold down position there, and enables me to shoot him back. The Challenger is snapshotting me from the back of the building, which again is to my advantage because he's got a long aim time. If he actually took his time and aimed, particularly while I was distracted with the T-21, he would probably put in a couple of damaging shots there. But I get rid of the T-21, so I'm going to resume my advance. I'm going to risk the hit from the Challenger because I have to get in here. I don't have a clean shot or any kind of shot really on this T-25-2. So I need to close the range, and I need to get into a position where I can actually put him out of action. But as I come down, my teammates manage to shut down the Challenger. So now it's just a matter of getting into the cap circle to put the round into the T-25-2, and we'll just come around the tanks here, pop one into him. It's enough to get the reset, and then we switch back to the 2 rounds of APCR that I've left. His turret seems to be turning really slowly. Don't know whether it was he had a problem with the turret or what exactly happened there. We managed to get around into him, and my teammates finish him off before I get the chance to do it, or before he brings his gun to bear on me. So overall, that was a pretty good game. Almost 140,000 credits, over 3,000 damage directly done, and 1,600 assisted damage. It earns me first class mastery, a steel wall, and a defender badge, so I'm quite happy with that. So looking back in the video, I stayed probably too long on the occasions when I was there and got out, but I still got out in time. I managed to get out of the locations I was in without taking too much damage. Now obviously if I was in a slower tank, I should have left earlier, so to speak, if I wanted to have a similar effect. But definitely the surviving the game made a difference to my team there, because I think in this case, if I wasn't there, if I wasn't in a position to reset the cap that time, we would have lost that game. So once again, thank you for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will catch you again soon.